Yeah.
All right, so I got to start with this because I am a bean lover. What is this?
So this is a very good dish for a day like today. It's fresh dried white beans that we soak overnight in some rosemary, thyme, a little garlic clove, and then we stew them the next day.
Oh, the garlic. Now I can smell the garlic.
With carrots, celery, onions, and some smoked bacon. We stew them for like 5 or 6 hours, and then we have a Tuscan sausage that we actually get from Frederick Veal on Federal Hill.
Really?
It's an amazing sausage. It's stuffed with red bell pepper, provolone, garlic, and a little pepper and sheen. It's an amazing recipe. I love it personally myself. So we roast that, slice it, put it over the top, and then we make our own pickled bell peppers,
Oh my God.
and we put that over the top. So a very hearty dish for a day like today.
I'm okay with that because this is like my fall winter dish here, so I'd be in my glory with this dish. There isn't anything in there that I don't like. And what do we have here?
So this is one of my personally favorite salads on the menu right now. So we take ricotta cheese and we whip it with a little heavy cream, and we spread that along the bottom. And then we have fregola, also known as Sardinian couscous, which we cook off and put there. And then we have some roasted beets, strawberries, and some wild arugula.
Can you say what that's called one more time?
Fregola.
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 Gotcha.
Fregola.
Okay.
Yes, Sardinian couscous.
And that's I love that as well. I mean, I've had it
Yes.
in different styles, different sizes, but that's
Yes.
absolutely delicious. Now, a lot lighter, obviously, going on this side, but going to here, I'm telling you, I'd be eating this anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime. So I got the opportunity to go by Basta, and this location is kind of, in my way of describing it, a much different location in Cranston because you're in this beautiful, quaint little village in Cranston, right there. And I mean, you can walk across the street to the water where you're located.
Absolutely. To be honest, like I couldn't think of it to be any better of a location. I mean, you have South County 15 minutes down the road, and you have the city 10 minutes away. So we're kind of like smack in the middle, and obviously being right next to the water helps a lot too.
Now, is it the Patuxent River that kind of flows?
Yeah, Patuxent River. Yeah, and we're right by the bridge there. It has a beautiful view of the water.
Yeah, and it's unbelievable because you don't think about you're going to cross this part of it into Cranston, and then, like you said, in 2 minutes you can be in Providence, Cranston, and then going down to South County.
Yeah, it's perfect.
When I left there, I cut back over and I was on Narragansett Boulevard in 2 minutes and didn't realize how I gotten over there so quickly. So the chef has a good thing, and why this crossover worked for me is that I wanted to highlight both the Newport Wine and Food Festival as well as Cranston Dining. And the chef is participating in the wine festival this weekend. And you're one of probably, I can't remember if it was like 15, 20 chefs that I saw out there that were chosen from throughout New England, not just the state of Rhode Island.
Yep.
And the event that you're participating in is taking place on tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow night,
Okay.
yes. Tomorrow night we have a dinner at 41 North. It is a Buon Viaggio wine dinner. Robert Siska of the G Hospitality Group.
Yep.
Terrence of the Chef Terrence of 41 North and myself will be participating with these wonderful Italian wines and cooking up some food for everybody.
And the dinner's taking place at 41.
Correct.
Right. So this is tomorrow night when the festival's actually, I believe, starting to kick off tomorrow night. And
Yep.
then you got Friday. There's other events. There's the VIP tasting, I believe they call it the gala,
Yep.
that they have going on. Saturday, the regular tasting, Sunday, the tasting, and then there's seminars throughout. So again, we'll put up the link for you to check it out. But the chef's participating in that aspect of it, and truthfully, he's a good representation of Cranston, so we're glad that he's participating in it to do it. And one of the things I also want to highlight from your standpoint of being in Cranston in the restaurant is that they are very much about wine, which is a good fit, was a really good fit. Talk to us about your wine program that you have there.
Well, we are very fortunate. We have a stage 2 sommelier on the staff. She also works behind the bar. She does a wonderful job. Our general manager does a wonderful job with the cocktail program and wines as well. The owner also participates and helps as much as he can with the cocktail and wine list. So we're very fortunate. I mean, with those 3 people working consistently, you know, we're able to have some, in my opinion, some of the best wines that you can get your hands on, especially matching and pairing with the food that we have at the restaurant.
Again, important. So we talk about this all the time that I bring up the matching and the pairing, and another great restaurant that does this. And you guys have events on a pretty regular basis at the restaurant.
Yes, we do. We have a private dining room that holds up to 26 people. So, you know, during normal business hours, we'll have wine dinners in that room with, you know, different companies supply the wines, obviously mainly Italian. But, you know, it's all kinds of stuff we work on. I mean, we've made sorbet to order in front of all the guests with liquid nitrogen.
Really?
Yeah, it's a blast for myself. Very fortunate to be able to do it, and the guests love it. We always have a little gift we give away to everybody at the end.
I'm missing out here. I gotta go check this out. So what wine did you bring for me today, Trey?
So, with the recommendation of the general manager and the somm that we have, I have Cesare Valpliocello Ripasso.
Beautiful. You're gonna have a little taste of me, right?
Yes, please.
All right. So, Chef, that room that I saw, and I kind of want to have you help me give a little description of the restaurant as a whole because it's beautiful. I mean, the style of the restaurant is absolutely beautiful. You guys have been around for a while now, right?
Yeah. The new Basta that we are today has been 5 years, and the restaurant itself, Basta, has been there just over 25 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
That is really good. So, oh my God, now I forgot what I was saying because that was so damn good. So, the location where you're at now, you said you've been there, this new location is 5 years?
Well, yeah, Basta itself has been there for 25 years is the old Basta, as we say, at the
Okay.
restaurant. The new Basta has been just about 5 years.
Which is kind of like the renovation of what you
Correct, correct.
So that style, talk a little bit about the style because it's very, there was wood tables when I was in there, the comfortable chairs that you got, so kind of just give us a little overview.
You know, it's a classic old world Italian, you know, top quality feel with a first class atmosphere. You know, the owners, you know, had it designed beautifully. We have these big farm tables in the restaurant, the big tufted red booths throughout,
Right.
the long, beautiful bar. You know, I mean, I personally, when I walk into restaurants, it's something, you know, you walk in, you look around, you're like, oh, what would I change here? And the one thing I love about Basta is when I walk in, there's nothing I want to change.
I couldn't agree with you more because I walked in today and the chairs alone just look like you're ready to sink into them and sit down and enjoy.
Very comfortable.
So, between the food and wine program, you got some menu changes that I'm assuming are going to be coming up for the fall, right?
Yeah, of course. We do a fall-winter change, you know, probably 30 days or so. You know, we try to, you know, pick on the best ingredients that we can find and put together in the most creative, you know, authentic, you know, concept-driven way that we can.
So, speaking of authentic and driving the concept there, how long have you been in the culinary business?
I've been cooking since I was probably around 17 years old.
17?
Yes.
All in Rhode Island?
All in Rhode Island, yes, all in Rhode Island.
That's awesome. See, another person that stayed in Rhode Island that we can appreciate for that. Now, your passion to come into this, are you kind of experimenting and still looking at different things as you go through it? I mean, you've reached a good point in your career, obviously, but are you collaborating, working locally with different farmers and different produce things?
Yeah, you know, local is a term that's used quite a bit now, and we try as much as we can within our concept to use these ingredients, whether it's boffonis we use for several years for our chicken, or we have a gentleman who drops off the wild arugula that we have here, our zucchini flowers in season, white figs. So we try as much as possible, and then again, you know, you have the other facet of Italian food where the best stuff comes from Italy.
From Italy, right.
So, you know, the sausages and things of that nature, you know, those are obviously imported.
So you are able to source from Italy then?
Yeah.
To bring that in?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So going forward, and I've got to ask you a few different other questions that came up. One of the ones is, and I didn't prep him for this question, so I know he's going to be like shocked about this one, but I'd like to try to find out, and it's kind of a two-part question, but if there's something on your menu, and you guys have a fantastic menu, if there's something on your menu that you recommend a guest not miss that they should try when they come in?
You know, I have to say we're very proud of our pizza program at the restaurant. Aside from that, I would also say the fresh pasta is outstanding. There are two features that I love to showcase to new guests that come in the restaurant, personal friends, anybody who comes in. We're one of the first VPN certified pizzerias in the state of Rhode Island, and one of 100 in the U.S.
Really?
Yes.
Now you mentioned fresh pasta.
Correct.
You're making the pasta in-house?
We are. So we just got two amazing machines refurbished that the owner acquired, and you know, we're working on those to produce quadruple what we have now.
Really?
Yes.
How big is the seating capacity in the restaurant? I'm trying to
I
think.
believe with the patio, I think we're right around 120.
Now that room that I saw that has for the wine dinners that we spoke about, is that also available for private events?
Yep. Christmas parties, pharmaceutical parties, pretty much anything. A lot of birthday parties, rehearsal dinners, even the patio as well. We seat 40 people comfortably outside on the patio, and that's covered. We just got that recovered as of last year, so it's 12 months a year now.
Just got that question. So Chris, I didn't even have to ask him. I just got a question about can you do an event on the patio. He just answered
absolutely.
it perfectly. So now you know you can do an event. Now, we talked about too, there's some exciting things coming up. So let's talk about that.
Yes.
We got some news.
Yeah, some wonderful news. 2018 is going to be an amazing year for us. We're expanding the restaurant. We will be opening a much more casual Italian concept in 2018.
So in 2018, a new concept, part of a family group, whatever we want to call it here, right?
Yep.
To have it there. And in Cranston?
In Cranston?
In Cranston. So you're going to have a new restaurant coming in 2018. Do we have a time frame that we think this is good?
You know, I mean, you always have a time frame. I think we wanted to open up Basta in September. We opened in February. So
that happens all the time.
You know, I
yes.
hate to set a date, so you know, I'll leave that up to the powers that be. So
this concept will be a lot more casual, you're saying?
Yeah, more casual, more hip, a little bit more laid back, but same top quality ingredients.
Fantastic. And this is something you'll be able to oversee the kitchens and
Yeah.
kind of collaborate with them
Yeah,
on?
absolutely. My staff and myself, we're very excited to, we're going to disperse a little bit, but I mean, the guys that I have, I'm super fortunate for. So.
But that's fantastic that they're now expanding into Cranston and opening a new restaurant. So you heard it here,
Yeah.
a new restaurant. I'll stay on top of them so he makes sure he tells us first so we can put it out there when it's about to open. And when you open it, obviously we want to come check it out.
Absolutely.
Now, next question for you, which was part of that two-part question, was what is it that you enjoy in the kitchen to make? You've got a great menu. There's no question that people should sample the menu. But what are the favorite things, one or two favorite things that you like to prepare and make in the kitchen?
I'll be honest. It's not particularly anything that I like to make. It's the idea of cooking, designing, creating for people, guests being happy. I mean, so it's not really the product as so much as it is the action and the experience of cooking for guests, for them to come in and enjoy the experience. That's really what it is. I mean, there's no absolutely particular ingredient. I love all kinds of food, so.
That's probably the most well-rounded answer I think I've gotten anytime.
Thank you.
And he avoided it goodly, so he avoided the dishes perfectly. That was good, Chef. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Now, you mentioned these two things that you prepared there. Pasta-wise, how many different pastas are on the menu?
I believe we're at 6 right now. Yeah, we're at 6 right now with the ravioli. Yeah, 6.
So you got 6 different pastas, and you mentioned we had a ravioli pizza-wise.
I think we're about 8 with the pizzas right now.
8 pizzas?
Yeah. And they range. The margarita is the most classic, traditional Neapolitan pizza that we serve, ranging up to the carbonara, which is a staff favorite and I think a guest favorite as well. We do smoked bacon, pecorino, and we put the eggs on the pizza and bake them over easy in the oven on the pizza.
Oh my gosh. Now it's dinners that you're open for, right?
Yes, dinners.
How many days a week are you open?
7 days a week. Basta
7 days a week for dinner?
Yep, 7 days a week.
Fantastic. The dishes that, and I should have asked you this question before, but the dishes that you're going to be doing at 41 North, this is kind of a special dinner that's happening
Correct,
tomorrow night,
yes.
right? Can you talk about those dishes?
Yeah, so I have it's broken down into regions. I have the Toscana region, so I have this Carmarcanda Vista Mare, and it's a white, and I'm going to be doing a tomato, saffron and tomato braised Rhode Island, Point Judas squid.
Wow.
And then we are also all doing little canapes for the event before dinner. So we have a wonderful caviar company, Calvisius Caviar, that's going to supply all this amazing caviar for us. So we're making all these little petite canapes for everybody to munch on before they sit down for dinner.
Nice. Doesn't sound like it's going to be a bad time.
No.
It sounds like a very high-end, nice dinner.
Yeah, I'm
to
very
do.
excited. Very excited.
So now you're getting to work with these other two great chefs. Have you been out and done other events like this before?
Very small format of this nature, no. And I'm extremely excited. I mean, Terrence and Robert are 2 amazing chefs, and I'm very honored to be participating in any way. So.
Now, your background from your name and from the way you're pronouncing things, I'm assuming that it's Italian.
Yeah. My family, came here. My grandparents were immigrants. They lived on Federal Hill. The story of Rhode Island.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, Rocco Mofina, Italy. My grandparents were from.
Love that.
Yeah.
So, as you can tell, the chef has got a lot going on over there. He's going to be busy tomorrow night. I know that he took the time to come join us, and we greatly appreciate that. And I think we covered a lot of great things. The news is exciting about a new restaurant that's coming up. Check out the menu online. I'll be posting it. And I have to say, if there is any tickets left, I'm not sure if there is, but definitely check it. If there's anything left, the dinner that you described at 41 North and the collaboration, again, is a testament to the chefs in Rhode Island coming together, which happens very often around here. But, Chef, thank you for making the time.
Thank you
really
very much.
appreciate it. This dish looks beyond amazing.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you very much.